Well, hello, friends. Welcome, welcome. It is our weekly standard Ask Us Anything. We've got some note takers coming in the room. Hopefully, we have some real bodies coming in the room soon. It's a beautiful day out. I'm early for once. All right. Boy, it's gorgeous out. Streaming sunshine into the room. Where are you, my friends? Fatima, good afternoon, my friend. All right. More note takers coming in. Lots of bots, no people, few people.
I'm here.
Thank you. It may, you know what? People are out and about. People are busy today. Oh, well, there's Carice is with us. Hello.
Hi.
Hello, ma'am. I've got to go over to the Clark Street office in a little bit, so I will see some humans. I feel like we live in the Zoom room these days so much, guys.
Seriously.
Literally. I'm like, I can't wait to see some people later today in person. I've got a showing at 5:30. Tabor just booked me up. All right. Well, ladies, I think it's just ladies and me. Let's get going. Um, Ask us anything. I don't have a topic today. I did not bring anything to the table. It's been a pretty busy week in terms of just working through existing stuff. But what do you guys have today you want to talk about?
I didn't have anything particular to talk about. I usually try to listen to these because people ask questions that I wouldn't even think to ask. And I'm like, ooh, that's good. Write that down, write that down. So I didn't have anything particular right today.
Me either. Um, let's see here. I know you tagged me in some stuff. I've got to go back in my social media. I've got to get on my social media this afternoon at some point of this evening and check in and see what's going on with everybody's posts and your inventory. Team, how about you?
Yes, I have a question. I know that Exit has the 857 no 857 I forgot the code. Can we use that to ask people to DM us from our social media?
Absolutely. So
Okay.
your text code, and this is actually a great prompt to. I did not get a chance to be on the webinar this morning.
Me
Um,
neither, but if you get that recording, I would like to get a copy.
yeah. So, and let's see. Actually, I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. Exit Corporate is great at posting their stuff pretty quickly. They're better. I posted Ask Us our accountability from yesterday because it was fun to my YouTube channel. But let's see if Exit Corporate has their stuff up yet. Let's see. Exit Realty first. That's not them. They have an entire YouTube channel. If you guys are not subscribed to Exit Realty Corporate's YouTube channel, let's see what it is. I subscribe to it. There we go. Exit Realty International. All right, so it looks like they have not posted the video yet from the Techinar today. So they will probably post it in the next couple hours. So The YouTube channel, I'm going to put this in the chat. It's Exit Realty Videos. Exit Realty Videos. That is their YouTube channel. They've got a lot of good stuff on here. So definitely go ahead and check them out. But yeah, they will have that up there. But so to answer, Fatima, to answer your question, I use my digital text codes everywhere. And actually, this might be a good moment to show you what I do to create a prompt in my Wise agent. So when people text Libert to 85377. So you were struggling with the number, and then I was thinking in my head, wait, I got this number memorized. 85377, which by the way, I just program it in my phone as the let me show you what I've got it programmed in my phone as. Exit Marketing Suite. And then I just programmed it as their mobile number, 85377. And here, I will share this to you. Let me see if I can do this in the chat. Actually, let me do a quick demo with you guys because somebody the other day I was trying to share my screen from my phone, and there's a way you can do it on. I'm going to do that. So there's so few of us today, we're just going to bother each other with weird. There's 24 bots in the I mean, there's a lot of, it looks like, oh wait, there's a bunch of people. Laura's on with us, Victoria, Lana, Natasha, Emily, Fossa. I'm sorry. I was for the first minute or two, I'm like, there's three of us. We're I'm talking to, so anyway,
You're not alone.
I love it. I love it. Well, welcome guys. Hello on this beautiful Wednesday. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna try to share my mobile phone real quick, which is always dangerous with me. All right, let's see here. Screens.
Nick, when you were just saying that we can put the text code in the text to text code, can we do that right now with them in Wise Agent until they figure out? Is that like considered one of those links that we can't
So
send out?
so that's a great question. So Wise Agent, along with everything else with the FCC, is getting busted for sending out hyperlinks in your texting. So when you're doing a Wise text, this actually might be it turned out to be a meaty session after all. When you do a mass text through Wise Agent, it looks like now we're getting busted for sending out links, hyperlinks. But you know what you can do? You can say text, your code to 85377. So that can be part of your text, if that makes sense. You can put in your code, put in the text message, text blank to 85377, and that text code. So this is going to make sense in a second, I think. You can go in your expert marketing suite in Exit. I'm going to share my screen. And as a matter of fact, let's stop we're not going to do the screen share on my phone for a second. Let's go actually into the Exit Resource Center and do that. And we can come back to the rest of this in a second. Because yeah, apparently now when you send out blast text, it's somehow some of the hyperlinks are getting flagged as spam. The same way in emails sometimes, like sometimes when you post on your social media and you post a link, it doesn't always love links. So Marky and I both taught you to say, look in the comments for the link or text this code. So let's get into the Exit Resource Center. And I'm going to show you how you can change your digital business card or your mobile My Smart Sign to include a hyperlink later. So in other words, if you send a mass text out to people, blasting them saying, text this number for something, and then you can have in your Exit My Smart Sign code or your exit business card, you can have hyperlinks in that. So if you go into my mobile business card, so remember, you have two unique text codes, not one, but two. So you've got the one that's your digital business card. So mine is Libert. And I'd love for you guys to kind of follow this format. You know, our office tends to lead the way in engagement in a lot of ways with Exit. Not always, but sometimes we do. Um, so I've got my last name as my mobile business card. You may have, you know, Lana Realtor Diva or whatever your digital business card is. So that's your mobile business card. And you've got the opportunity then in that reply message to change whatever you want that reply message to be. Now, why I did not really mess too much with my reply message is because once you get a text message from me in the digital business card, I also then have a trigger in Wise Agent that then sends you a follow-up text from Wise Text. I think this may be going way over some heads and maybe not for some other people. I have a follow-up trigger in Wise Agent, then send you a text from my Wise Text number with additional links. Did that go way over what you said? Maybe.
No, that's absolutely great. No, didn't go
And
nowhere.
so for example, guys, text my mobile business card right now. Text Libert to 85377, or you can text look with Libert, which is my smart sign. I want you guys eventually to have on your all your real estate signs to have your my smart sign technology, and because that then it's a different link. Look with Libert. So yours could be look with Lana or whatever your digital business card name is. So Natasha, what is your digital business card name? She may have not appreciated being called on the spot.
No, I'm trying to figure out how to get off of mute. I'm driving.
Oh, I'm sorry. Be careful. Be careful. Precious cargo.
Yes. Mine is, I think, just Natasha.
Okay.
Pretty sure, Natasha.
Natasha. So then your my smart sign code would be look with Natasha. And I'm big into capitalization. It doesn't matter that it's not case sensitive like Bitly, but then it would be all one word, look with Natasha for your my smart sign. And that's a separate text code. So you have two text codes you can play with, and there's a separate reply message. And so with my smart signs and just in general, then they get a different prompt, a different reply. They get the 10 nearest properties near them wherever they are in the world, aka probably standing in front of one of your listings. So it's geolocational. There's a few things I still want to work with corporate on technology wise to make it even better. But then what you would do from here is you take this and you go to Wise Agent. I'm going to blow some minds or lose some people. And I kind of don't care today because I think some of you guys are right on point with me with this. We're going to go into Wise Agent because I've been doing this for a while now. People are like, how do you know where your leads are coming from so well? I'm like, because literally they're all sourced out. And then you get these triggers. So once you have your Wise Agent account set up, and there was that great baseline video, I think it would be great if we do a follow-up session with Camilla. And maybe this turns into homework. How did I turn into getting homework and accountability today? But that's okay. I love it. We're going to go into under contacts and then lead rules. So contacts on the left-hand side and then lead rules. I've got a trigger. So when anybody comes in from any Exit Realty corporate stuff, they get a notification and they get a text from my Wise text. So I'm complaining that you guys don't use your Wise text enough. Here's a way to burn through some of your Wise texts every month is every time somebody texts your mobile business card or your My Smart sign, if you're like me, you have automated a text message coming back out from Wise Agent. And what does mine say? I'm going to show you. And so I've got this setting. I call it Exit Corporate. There's an automated text response, and it sends me a notification. I don't even have a drip campaign set up yet. Shame on me. But all I want is when you text my mobile business card, and again, you can text Libert to 85377. That gets you my mobile business card, or look with Libert to 85377, and that sends you my smart sign. Either way, look at this, what's on your screen. Again, this is being recorded so you can duplicate this on your own or probably make it even better. And then I don't have any default lead rules set up. I probably should. I probably should be adding it to a category. I don't yet, but I have a text response from my WiseText number. Hi, thank you for texting my mobile business card or my smart sign technology through Exit Strategy Realty. This is Nick Libert on my marketing events hotline because I want them to know it's on my cell phone number. I'd like to show you another great resource for property, ZenList. This app will allow you to see and research more properties than anywhere else. Simply request access by clicking here. And then guess what? They get my ZenList Zen link. I could even do a video because they've got a place to insert a video. And if you're using Dub, it makes it even easier. You can insert a Dub video. So it's personalized, not personalized to them because this is a automated thing, but it's personalized to you. So your face pops up. Isn't that cool? And they could even go on a drip campaign then. Think of the things you could do. I'm at the tip of the iceberg. But so that way, when somebody texts my mobile business card, I'm also then sending my ZenList Zen link automatically. And obviously, they're also getting routed to my Wise agent. How do they get routed to my Wise agent? Oh, I'm glad you asked. Because in the resource center, I've made sure to, and Laura, since you're on with us, make sure when people are onboarding with you and eventually once they get, the thing is like, it's almost like they need a second onboarding session with Laura later on once they start their tools, like 30 days in, or maybe just a checkup, because here's what's going on, guys, is you can later on, once you get the vibe of everything and all your tools are working and flowing and you understand what's important to you, you would go into under your settings and preferences in the Exit Resource Center and see where it says Wise Agent Settings on the right. That's where you're going to put in your API key, for Wise Agent. That's how your Wise Agent syncs up to your Exit Resource Center and all your Exit texting tools. So that's how so I don't have to double data entry anything. Everything's flowing to my Wise Agent. This is the same exercise you would do with ZenList on your ZenList Zen link. How do you get your Wise Agent API key? Well, I'm glad you asked. You go into wiseagent.com, and then on the left-hand side, under integrations, click settings. And then there is right on the top left, API keys. You only need one. Don't make more than one. Don't make the world hurt. It's already there. There's one. You just copy that to your clipboard, and then you're going to put that into on exitrealty.com, Wise Agent settings. And then on ZenList, there's a place where you can put that there. Let me show you. This may be a remedial for some of you, but for some of you, maybe not. Then in ZenList, you're going to click on account and then integrations and see where it says Wise Agent. You're going to click on connect. If it already says connected, don't touch it. It's already been done. And then room view the same way. And Laura can help you out with that with the room view. because then every time somebody goes on RoomView or goes sees something on your social media that RoomView has posted and fills out a form or something, goes directly in your Wise agent. No double data entry. Hey,
Nick, if people are confused about triggers or checklists, I think in March I'm doing the training with Wise Agent on checklist, and part of it's going to be triggers, I think.
you are if they would like their bill paid. No, I'm just kidding. No,
Yeah, the
they were
date
like,
of it is not is what I'm waiting on from them. So
they were asking me, they're like, well, would Lana like to come on? I'm like, Lana needs to come on because I need to take Lana's training because guys, I brought you Wise Agent and I'm a geek and nerd of real estate. So I mean, Exit Realty has the integration with Wise Agent. I don't want to say because of me, but that's how it happened. I mean, it was like we have to get the smart signs interacting with the CRM, and it's the only CRM that works with the exit tools. Zenless, we were the first ones in, but then eventually Follow Up Boss and Close bothered them enough to get in as well. So, not all the CRMs work with all our tools, but Wise Agent does. And Wise Agent is the only one that has the mass texting and the text replies and these triggers like that. But my point with Lana is Lana then took it to the next level. I geeked out to the start, and I still am geeking out in some ways. But then Lana went and they learned how to do all these triggers and checklists and all this other cool stuff that I'm not doing. So you're going to want to get on the March Agent webinar with Wise Agent. I thought mine with them was good. I'm going to post it to my YouTube channel and share it with you guys if you missed it last Friday. I was out in LA with Taylor when I did that. I don't know if you guys clocked the background wasn't this background. I'm like, haha, I'm out of town. I'm not going out of town again for a while. But that was a really good webinar. But I feel like you guys got that already, that stuff. What you're going to get from Lana, I haven't even implemented. So I need to be on that webinar with you guys. So Lana and Victoria, thank you for geeking out in Wise Agent even more than me and spending a lot of time in there because that is our CRM. So
and
um,
I have asked if I come on. One of my requests has been to have Camilla with me as my moderator. So if they don't do that, I may not do it. I'm just kidding. But she is the best one to learn from on there. So if she comes on with us, that's an extra benefit.
And if for some reason that webinar doesn't turn out the way, so Brandon and I, we geeked out on the industry and we talked about CRMs as a whole. But if you notice, the best newsletter training you've ever had was not led by me. I shut my mouth and let that Camilla lead that training, and I'm going to let her lead more of the trainings moving forward for our office individually. So if Lana, if Brandon talks to you and is more trying to sell the CRM, we will do a second one directly for our team that we just nerd out with what you've built. Because I have a funny feeling they may want to, sell the product and make it a cute public webinar. And I want to go deep dive, nerd dive with you guys. So we may do that public webinar because that's a kudos to you. And maybe you're going to attract some agents, from that for your residuals. But moving on from that, guys, we will do more and more. Wise Agent, it's the nerdiest CRM out there. It's also the best. I want you guys to have the best of everything. You have the best of everything with Zenlist. You're going to have the best of everything with Wise Agent once you learn it better. And um, what's to come after that, the other big platform we're working on with Live Easy, Move Easy is going to be that concierge feel after they close on a property, having that beautiful other app out there. Because now that website's clunky. I want that to be a beautiful app. So I'm pushing them to get that app out there, and it's not moving fast enough for me. But I'm impatient. Okay, so we did a deep dive accidentally into Wise Agent, guys, but I loved it. We wanted I'm this is Ask Us Anything, so this is your time. Um, what else, guys?
Nick, I want to thank you for helping with the issue with the apartment. Um, I don't know how to explain it, where the numbers keep getting wrong in the exit
Yeah.
website. However, is there a way you can be Nick Liebert and talk to somebody at one of those, whoever he was talking about is keeps messing it up, because this is the third time for us, and he never sent back like a resolution. He just told me he fixed it.
Yeah, so we are so I'm annoyed by that as well. So for those guys that don't know, if you go to exitstrategymovesyou.com, which is our beautiful office web, I mean, it could be even more beautiful if I had more time. Um, this is our beautiful office website, and you click on feature properties. It's got all our properties on it. All of you, every time, once you put something on the MLS, not the private listing network, it doesn't feed to anywhere else when you do that. But when it goes on the full MLS, it goes to all the other websites, and obviously it goes to exitrealty.com. Somehow, in some rare cases, but it's happened a lot of twice now. It's happened to me twice now. You'll get a listing that was like $2,700, and all of a sudden it's like, and it's not even the same price minus a zero. It's like 350. And so you're seeing a studio apartment for $350 or, 750, like a ridiculously low price. And so of course your phone blows up and the people are mad because it wasn't the price they said. And it's happening rarely, but when it does happen, it's cringe. So what we may want to do, Laura Medina, I'm going to bother you for a second. What we may want to do is going into featured properties because it's not the MLS isn't the problem. It's somehow there's a data feed, and it's not just Exit that it's happening to. It's been happening at Keller Williams because a friend of mine at Keller Williams was complaining that like Keller Williams can't fix their feed, and I'm like, oh, that's terrible. I'm like, well, we're having problems with ours too. It's everybody's having this issue. We don't know why it is. I will bang the door, but it seems to be going on elsewhere too. But Laura Medina, if you can just go in maybe once every day or two and go to exitstrategymovesyou.com because that feed is also somehow it's the exit corporate feed. So we just bothered Derek. And then exitstrategymovesyou.com, feature properties, then click on lowest price. And anything, why is that one at $0? Now there may be, is it a private listing network list? I don't know what that $0 is. $15, is that $50 a square foot?
Right.
$23 a square foot, $25. So there's a few things here that I'm a little questioning. Um, $750, is it really 750? Hey, so go in the MLS and cross-reference that. Wonderful, amazing Laura just got so I have homework and so does Laura now. But just check on that every couple of days. Because most of these are accurate. But man, it's like the minute something is wrong, you look like a monster. And the consumers out there are like, well, I thought there was a studio for $500. Why are you not able to provide it? It's not a good look. So it's a rare thing, but it's happened to Lana twice, happened to me twice. It's gonna happen, until the world figures out. Because again, it's not just us, but I'll do what I can, Lana, on that.
Thank you. It
Yeah,
actually happened to me 3 times, and the last one was an 1850 that was $150. So
no. Yep, that's the worst. There was one time that I put something in the MLS, minus a zero in the MLS, so it was like a typo. And let me put it this way: it was there for like 20 minutes, but in that 20 minutes, my phone blew up because it was like a Lincoln Park condo that should have been, it looked like it was under $100,000. Let me put it that way. It was a luxury, so I was in trouble with a lot of people. So things happen, but the quickest remedy if we see it on this site. Um, so Laura, if you can check into it, and guys, go check out Google yourself. I do it pretty regularly, actually. If you were on the room view webinar yesterday, Sam's like, "Oh, have you Googled yourself lately?" I'm like, "No." I'm like, "I actually do because I'm paranoid." I'm like, "You never know what somebody's going to be weird about and say about you out there or do something stupid." I also just like to look and see, like, did I miss something? An article. I've got those. I've got the alerts. You can have a Google alert about yourself, but it doesn't alert about your properties. I'm like, where are my properties showing up? Google your properties when you list them. Your clients are doing it. Google your properties when you list them. See where they show up and where they don't, and where you'd like them to show up. Okay, guys. I'm going to give you guys a little secret. Exit Realty, in this down market with the world collapsing in real estate and consolidations and mergers everywhere, is dropping millions of dollars on website upgrades. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, oh, we are? Okay. Um, so they're spending money on continuing to upgrade our websites. I've noticed I put a silly blog out there about green and sustainable stuff, and then an international blog. And I looked, and my website hits had gone way, way up, and I got leads off it. I'm like, what is that? Their SEO, they spent money on this. I think in 2021 was our last website upgrade. Well, it's been 5 years, believe it or not. I think these websites look great as is. They would like to give us another round of updates. None of your content's going to go away. By the way, I'm seeing agents without pictures on this. This is driving me nuts. Make sure that you have your right. If you love your headshot, great. If you don't love it, get a new one. But I'm seeing quite a few people without faces on here. That drives me nuts. Um, and make sure, guys, also you have your see where there's no social media links for some of these agents. Do you know when I go and I refer a lead out within Exit? And this goes out to the rest of the world too. Um, I look for agents that have a full profile. And to me, I'm looking at Marshawn, who's been with us forever and is a great agent. Mary Petrie, who's been with us our office and been in the industry for 40 years. She has social media. She's good on social media. They have no social media links on here. Guys, and you're gonna poor Mary and Marshawn are probably gonna see this video later and be like, Nick talked about us. Maybe we can reach out to them directly, Laura. Um, and say, hey, let's work on your profile because you should have your links up. It's super easy to do. Oh, you guys ended up in a training day. You didn't know, no, you did you? You go into exitrealty.com. You can actually even do it from your phone on the Exit Realty Connect app. It's just a little bit harder to do. And then you click on public profile and see where it says photo, bio, social media, 1, 2, 3. There we go, guys. It's all there. So get that updated, please. Because trust me, you will want to get more referrals. And if you don't have an updated, if you don't, if it doesn't look like you've got stuff on your profile, and you don't have a bio, you can put links on your bio. You can do all kinds of cool stuff in here. Play with this. Okay. Hopefully you got something out of this. Who else has a question? A comment? I'm gonna look at the chat too.
Hey Nick, it's Tracy. Where are the directions for setting up the individual websites again?
Oh, I'm glad you asked. So please hold for a second. And also, by the way, Laura Medina is great at helping you understand like getting GoDaddy and stuff like set up a little bit on it. And so I'm going to take you to my website. Oh, by the way, thank you, Emily. The reason why the reason I Exit Corporate didn't have the video finished up, I thought about moving this back today because I thought a net might run long. And then I decided because I've moved it back for other stuff, I'm like, I'm not going to mess with the time again on things. I'm going to be good. I'm going to keep it at noon. And net just finished at 12:07, according to Emily. So thank you, Emily. So she ran long, which is great. That's good content. That'll be up on YouTube. Thank you so much, Emily. Emily's the best. Emily parks on all this stuff for Shaheen. I need somebody to park on this stuff for me and teach me and feed me stuff in the middle of the night information. I love this. So literally, guys, Emily is a font of knowledge. She really parks and listens to all this stuff. Go on Exit Realty's Exit Realty videos, subscribe to them, and you will get everything right to your phone as they post new stuff. Sometimes there's cool cultural stuff. Like I don't even realize some of the stuff they do. But I'm sorry, go ahead with that question again.
Oh, just asking, you were on the website, so just it just sparked the question of where the instructions to set up the individual websites are.
Perfect. So under the marketing tab in exitrealty.com, then you go over to, you hover over websites. And again, mine's going to look slightly different because I have two, I have the owner role. So I have two things in here. You have one, then there's a website checklist you do not need to pay for. I'm going to say this out loud loudly. You don't need an IDX integration. You don't need to pay for anything because you have Zenless Zenlink. So you don't need this, you don't need an IDX search on your website. You don't want an IDX search on your website. You want everybody to go to your Zenlist Zenlink, but you want to set up your beautiful exit website. There are tutorials right within the resource center on that. So if you also click on under website settings, then you've really got, it's honestly, there's not too much really to learn. You just basically plug and play, click, click, click. Which site type of site you want to have on there. You don't want the listings IDX focused one because you don't have an IDX feed. You don't want the IDX feed because we have the private listing network, which we don't want people playing on a busted thing. We want to go to seven, let's go straight to Zenlist. So Tracy, just go in here and go straight to marketing tab and then website, and then just literally just go down this list, and then you can hover over for help.
Okay, and you were saying that Laura can assist with getting the
GoDaddy. Yep.
Yes.
So here's the thing, guys. If you go to nickliver.com, even though I don't have it updated fully, I did do some stuff recently, probably too much Tesla crap. But excuse me. Um, this is a beautiful exit template, and they're mobilized, and again, they're about to be upgraded again, but you won't lose the content from now. Um, they're gorgeous. You can do any type of stuff you want, and then see where I've got resources. You just need one resource. It's your Zenlist Zenlink. So I've got two: Coach with Project X, which takes them to a link tree about all my coaching stuff. You don't need to go to that link tree because you literally live that link tree every day with me. You just would have this one called Consumer Resources. You wouldn't even need to, you don't have a drop down menu, but people click on resources. That's where they get your Zenlist Zenlink. And so you can have a beautiful website and then your nerdy, all my items of value Zenlist Zenlink. So that's how I ended up with quote unquote two websites, was that, but the thing is, like, this is not pretty. Zenlist, Zenlink, I helped them develop this technology. It's not technology, help them develop this idea. It's a link tree on steroids built for real estate around your Zenlist, Zenlink. Because the biggest thing with Zenlist, Zenlink is you just want them to download the app. But you can also add all your items of value. It's also just very easy to set up. So it could act as its own website. So if you go to teamliver.com, which most of you do to schedule time with me, that's your Zenlist Zenlink. But it's not very pretty and it doesn't have website tracking. So the thing is, you don't need to register a domain name to forward to your Zenlist Zenlink. You register your vanity domain name to go to your main pretty page, and then your Zenlist Zenlink is the resources button. And Laura is very good at getting that set up for you, helping you do that. Because you literally, I'm like, how are people doing that without my training? And someone's like, Laura set it up for me. Like, I didn't know she knew how to do websites. I was almost offended. I was delighted because I'm like, that takes it 30 minutes for me to show somebody. Laura can
I
do that.
couldn't get it figured out. She sent me the instructions. I paid for my domain that's approved, but I don't know if I need to call GoDaddy. I think I put the codes in wrong. I don't, but I'm having issues with mine.
But we'll get you there. We'll get you there. So work with Laura. GoDaddy's support is awful. That is not a product I don't endorse their product. I go to them because they're cheap. It's but no domain company is great, but it's like they're the cheapest. Everybody goes there. It's the place to go. But once you register your domain and have it forwarded, and there's a whole process to do that. Um, and by the way, the a website approval process with Exit, it's 24 hours or less. They're not really, I don't want to say they're not looking at it. They just want to make sure it's not offensive. And it goes to me, I have a defaulted that it's a yes. So I'm going to assume if they don't have a problem with it, I don't have a problem with it. So I really don't care what your domain name is, as long as it's legal, ethical, and not ridiculous. All right, guys, what else? Good question. Good. I think this may actually have to go on the interwebs. This is kind of fun.
I got a question. I have a deal closing Friday that was off market. There was no the seller did not use an attorney. Yeah, no, they did not use Lord, an agent. So I was just representing the buyer. She was buying her own place, but she needed guidance or whatever. So I assist her. So when I submit my C3, I think you put all nines or something in, right? When there's no MLS ID.
I think so. You know what? It's been a while since I've had not had an MLS ID. I think so. Or just ask Angela
So
and Adriana. Yeah, that's
okay,
and so now what I would do, because I'm a sucker for wanting a transaction in the
that's
MLS.
what I was about to ask. That's what I was about to ask. How do I get my credit?
So how am I going to get my credit? How am I going to get my flowers? Let me show you how to get your flowers. You can use as a great example. Um, if you go to Connect MLS, or just in Zenless. You can go to 816 West Buckingham, I believe is the address. And wonderful Laura helped me do this. You basically do, if you can get everybody to agree to, so the buyer doesn't care, but the seller, you just want to have them do like, because you obviously sign some paperwork with them. Um, just let them know I'm going to put this in the MLS. Let everybody know I'm going to put this in the MLS. Sold before print, it's called, so that you just put one picture in. You can put more than one picture in, but you're just required to put one picture in. And then you say sold before print, and then you just basically fill out the basic, clone it or whatever. Again, Laura's great with helping you with that. And let's see here. Close, close, close. This is the big sale. Okay. I sold this place twice. So how this happened? I had a friend. Well, first of all, I sold this girl came in through one of our E-team leads back in the day, in 2015, 2016, through our portals. I sold her place for her, little place in Lakeview, got her bigger place. She thought she was pregnant with one child, ends up with two twins. So 3 years later, I'm rolling around with my friend Mark, and Mark goes, "I'm not liking anything I see on the market. I want a rooftop deck. Everybody wants a rooftop deck during COVID. Remember that? Everybody was started to want outdoor space, and because everybody's working from home now, so everybody still wants outdoor space. So I've kind of made a big thing about, if you have a duplex up in Lakeview, call me because I probably have a buyer for it. I still probably have a buyer for it today. I sell tons of these. So I knew my friend and client Maggie, she had her twins, and I'm like, I wonder how she's doing over there. I texted her, I said, "How are you doing?" She's like, "Funny you should ask. We were just thinking about you. We're stuffed to the gills over here." I said, "I have a buyer, and we can keep this quick. Don't have to put it on the open market, don't have to bother people." Long story short, long story long. The remarks, I just put sold before print. We cloned the old listing, and I got transaction credit for both sides. So 816 West Buckingham Place, Unit 3 is your template to use. It's not hard. Have Laura help you. And yeah, get your flowers. Get your MLS credit for both sides.
So I need to, do I just need, if, I don't know, is it's in writing via email or is there a form in dot loop they need to sign giving me permission to post?
So, you know what? As your designated managing broker, they technically need to at least, well, you know what? What did you this may be partially an offline conversation, but I'll tell you this much. I would, just to be safe, because it is going in the MLS, you need a listing agreement. So you would need a listing agreement with it. We may have had this conversation a little late, but you still could probably put it in there. When did this close?
It's supposed to close Friday, so not
Oh,
yet.
good, not yet. Good. So everybody still wants their check. Go ask get a one-time listing agreement from them. Get a listing agreement from them and just say, I just need to I want to put this on the MLS for sales credit. And would you mind? And it's also nice just then for historically for resale value, etc. I don't think they'll have a problem. If they do, you're not going to get MLS credit. You're not changing any. It's not charging. You're not charging them any different. You're just whatever you agreed as compensation would be your listing contract. And if I've totally lost you, shoot me a text and I can help you out.
I understand. Thanks.
Okay,
Can I
that's
also add,
yes.
I don't know the exact steps. I remember being on an MLS training and they discussed this, and it was particularly like if you weren't on the listing side, and there was a way that you can do it and it would like draft it, but I don't think it makes it actually like live.
Oh,
So maybe contact MLS and let them know your situation and see. I know it was something that was like fairly like new at the time of the training. I never used it, so I don't remember the exact details, but it was very much what you're discussing. So
oh.
maybe reach out to them and ask them if there's something that they suggest.
And there may even be Victoria, thank you for helping me with this. I bet you there may even be a form that I don't know about. Shame on me. And if so, Jasmine, call the helpline and or email them and CC me because I'd like to know the answer too. And maybe Laura Medina can help us, or she might even know if she's still on, or she's probably texted me. I have my phone on do not disturb, like, hey, dum dum, this is what I do. Um, there could be a form and an easier way to do that, but either way, get your flowers, get your transaction credit, because also it drives me nuts when I go pull up our stats and it's like I feel like we did more deals than that this month. How did we get? Because there's one month that I'm like, we had a great month, and I looked at memo our exit, and we had made 20% more than the that month the previous year, if that makes sense, like January 2020, whatever, versus the previous January that year. And but in the MLS, it looked like we had sold less. I'm like, how did that happen? And we had a bunch of off-market stuff. So please put them in. Please put them in the MLS. The consumers will be happy, hopefully, and then you will be happy. And then also, then you can ask for Zillow reviews. Okay, I have talked a lot. Um, what other questions do you guys have today? Checking the chat. Good session.
This might be very basic and simple, but I'm going to be in the process of getting my first listing um, in the South Loop. So I just will probably need guidance as far as um, the setup process, not with MLS or anything like that, but if I want to do a digital brochure or um, just tell me where I can go because I know you mentioned it before and I'm so sorry, but if you don't do it a lot, you just don't retain it.
So I'll show you two quick things. The minute it goes on the MLS, so again, if it goes in the private listing network, it doesn't always feed to the cool stuff. If it goes directly to the MLS, it
We
will
can
feed
go straight to the MLS at this
to the
stage.
MLS. Okay, good. Um, it's not that I'm trying to not train you on the stuff that in the private listing network. It's just that there's certain things don't feed then to the exit tools and the Wise Agent tools. So in exit, you click under the marketing tab, and there are some very basic burner flyers, I call them. I'm sorry, not under the shame on me, not under the marketing tab, under the properties tab. You can either click on properties or expert marketing suite. If you click under properties, there's a direct link to your properties, and then you've got all your properties in there. Um, and so you can go ahead and and now, depending on what your screen looks like, you may also be able to see other people's listings because I've now allowed you guys the capability with permission to do have like co-branded or branded flyers if you're going to do a guest open house, things like that. But there's automatically some very quick flyers in here that you can also download. Um, that's an option. They're quick and they're basic. And then also, if you go into the expert marketing suite, you could play a little bit around more with also beyond just the flyers. There's some more tools in there. But again, expert marketing suite, market my listings, or just go directly into the properties tab. And then once you click on the listing, you'll see all the tools for that particular property. Okay. And that includes the flyers. And then you can customize things a little bit there. If you want another really cool flyer, just go into your Wise Agent account. It's going to take an extra step. And then once you're in your Wise Agent account, click on integrations on the left-hand side. We were already here earlier. And then see where it says MLS? You're going to connect MRAD as your MLS and put in your login information. And once that's done, takes a minute, but then eventually your properties are going to feed in there. And if they don't feed in directly, then you may have to search for them. But then once they're in there, look what you get. All the stuff from the MLS. And then click on flyers, and you have 8 billion different types of flyers. You just click on add.
I'm just curious, can you email these from your Wise agent to your contacts?
Absolutely. How do you think I do broker?
Thank you. Sorry.
Yeah, yes. This is one of those things where I'm like, if I had more time, I would train you guys on this, or if you would just explore, but like who's gonna know how to find the videos? I wish Wise Agent had like a afternoon session where they went to like hour after hour into everything. I may ask them to do a marketing class for us at Wise Agent. Would that be helpful for you guys so we can learn how to do flyers? Rachel's clapping it because I'm like, guys, we do have a Destiny, which is great as our in-house graphic designer, but sometimes it's like I feel like you guys are like me. Like I wake up on a Saturday, I'm like, ooh, that open house crept up on me. I put it in the MLS Tuesday. Why did I not think to do the flyers until the morning of? And no one's going to be waking up and doing those flyers for you in 20 minutes. So this can be done in 20 minutes, or be a good realtor, do them ahead of time and play with all the different cool designs. But I will get a Wise Agent properties /MLS flyer.
This would be great too, because I'm a monthly email campaign failure.
You do not have to be, ma'am. There's a lot of automation here that we are not. I feel like we use about 20% of Wise Agent, to be honest. I can teach you all day about how to use the mass texting. I love it. I swear by it. That's why I bought that product. Lana is so great with Lana Victoria with the checklist and the triggers and what they've implemented. But each one of us probably has room to grow. So yeah, all this stuff. So again, all these beautiful flyers are in your Wise Agent account. Foster, thank you for asking that. This is Wise Agent now. I know we've hopped around a little bit, but it's like, okay, did this feed from the MLS? Do I have the time to do this? The easy button in 5 minutes, which I see sometimes I can just kind of clock. I'm like, I bet you they had 2 minutes. Because literally sometimes you will see me rolling out the door with just my exit resource center, quick
Okay.
property flyer.
And can you walk us through this one more time? So we go into Wise Agent, we go into integration, we select MRED, and then we pick. Where do we go from there again? I'm so sorry.
Okay, so I want to finish with Exit Resource Center. In Exit Resource Center, once it's the MLS within 24 hours or less, first of all, you get an email saying, congratulations on your new listing and all the stuff is here for you. But then you can just go right into the Exit Resource Center, click on properties, and then underneath properties or in the expert marketing suite, you have a list of all your properties, and there's a very basic flyers, and then also a property website, which is not basic and beautiful and has the ability to add documents and links. That was me pressing them we're the only company that allows you to have documents and links and PDFs in your website. Unheard of. Anyway, that was
Nick,
the exit stuff.
Can we ask them for
No,
this
hold on.
portion too?
I'm sorry. Can I finish this? Sorry, give me a second. I want to finish with Rachel. I got ADHD, guys. I'll forget. Then next, Rachel said, what about Wise Agent? I don't like those basic flyers, Nick. Okay, in Wise Agent, you go into Wise Agent, you click on to get your MLS integrated. You click on integrations, and then settings, and then scroll down to MLS. And that's where you add the MLS account and you're in MRAD. Some of you may be in NIRA as well, but MRAD is the one you're going to go first. You can add more than one. Then you click on the properties tab and then properties list, and you can play from there in the flyers. Rachel, did that answer your question? She clapped. So yes, I got a clap. Now, Patricia, sorry, your coach has ADHD. Don't let him squirrel away. What was your
No,
question, ma'am?
no, I'm sorry. I'm being rude because I was
Well,
interrupting
that's
you.
okay.
I just wanted to, as you were on the resource center, ask if the tech team can perhaps my request, because I have a personalized logo for Patricia Vduvka Group. Can we ask them if they can allow us to upload like our own logo on top of the exit one so they implement right into those flyers in resource center? Or does
No,
that ability exist?
that ability does not exist.
Okay.
So they are at Exit Corporate, and this has been recorded, and this may end up on the internet. So I'm going to say this very nicely. Exit Corporate loves their corporate logo, and so per IDFPR rules, we can have our logo next to theirs, and per on our signage, we can have our logo next to theirs. It has to be sized per IDFPR rules a certain way. Exit Corporate, obviously, Exit's a franchise. They like their logo. They want brand recognition. It's not, it's not bad that they do that. We need people to know what Exit is. But for purposes of the Exit websites and the Exit flyers, there's not a place to pop in at this point. You're not the first person to ask. Someone in this chair may have asked that. And eventually I do get my way, but not today. So for today and the Exit stuff, your logo's not on there. It's guys, it's a flyer. People throw them in the garbage. You got 8,000 other ways you're going to text them and stuff. Don't worry about it. But it is something that I've requested. Great question. Great question. And on everything
Wanna
else, grand away.
Well, what I have been doing, my hack is I have Adobe PDF editor, so I just add it in. I download this flyer and then I add it in. So
Yes,
that's what I do. And
you can absolutely do
yeah,
that. You can.
and
So
then
what?
I follow the IDFPR rules and make it smaller. So that's what I do than the company logo. So my follow up is we're looking at now Wise Agent,
Yep.
the flyers that you were in on there, and forgive me if this was asked because I joined in October.
Yep.
If we wanted to send, hey, here's my new listing to everyone at the office, what's the best way to do that? And then is there a way to also do that to others in the MLS that might be in the vicinity where they also have like what is
Great
the
question.
name of it?
Yes.
The buyer,
Yep. Great
the
question.
buyer where you can see all the buyers that are
Yes.
master property interested.
Well, that's three questions. Okay. And we are going to wrap it up after these three questions, I think, because these are great questions. Tracy's got a question after that. Okay, we're gonna try
I
to
can
keep
save
this.
mine.
No, that's good. This is Ask Us Anything. I just do have something after this, but I booked a little extra time for you guys. Okay, so Patricia, number one, by the way, I loved your hack. I also do that hack on when I'm on Instagram in my stories. I will literally sometimes just put my logo next to the other logo and then screenshot it, and then it turns into a picture that I turn sometimes into flyers even, or graphics. I'm literally I don't even use Canva. Sometimes I just use Instagram stories and then mess around with the pictures. That's cheap. But to go back to your questions, number one, oh shoot, I talked so long. I may ask your questions again. I'm so sorry.
How to email everyone from
Oh,
Wise Agent,
yes.
like to Rachel's point, our flyer, let's just say
Yes.
we want to email to people in the office.
I got it. No, I got it. Okay. So part one of that was to the office. Do not e-blast that poor office e-group. You can put in the office Facebook group if you have a flyer, because otherwise every day we're going to get 20 emails of look at my new listing. That we're not going to do that in the office. You can put in the office Facebook group or the WhatsApp chat with your flyer. Okay. So don't send out an email to the office with your new listing, because even though I'm saying we're starved for listings, we still have several new listings a day, even in a starved market. So if you've got something urgent, then you email it, but not a new listing. Okay, does that make sense?
To clarify, broker open.
Yes, a broker open. Because if you're doing broker opens every week for all your listings, you're going to burn out. So yes, you can do that for a broker open. I'd love to come and eat your food. Yes, absolutely. Broker opens are fun, and try to coordinate with me. Maybe sometimes I'll throw Ask Us Anything or accountability live from your broker open house. So give me notice, and I'll do that with you. Great question. Part two of her question was more nuanced, and I love that she asked it because most brokers don't have what I'm going to show you next. Remember, I have Market View Broker. I can pull a list around where you're selling of all the agents in the area. So watch this. I can literally pull a list, and sometimes I already have the list of the top agents, everybody that sold blank number of properties. And maybe you want to say, okay, only $1 million, or most of the time, just like anybody breathing that sold 2 properties in around there in the last year. I can send you a list. I can even share it with you in Wise Agent. If you set up a coaching session with me, don't send me an email, set up a coaching session with me. So this is like, you got to think ahead to do this with me because this is time for both of us. I literally do this on a coaching Zoom. I say, okay, what's the property address? We do go by zip code. We pull up all the top agents in that zip code, and then I send you a list of their names, company, email addresses, and their cell phone number, because you could then even mass text them, although I think agents might get crabby. But in a bind, maybe you do it. Who knows? I don't care. So that's part two of your question. I can literally create you a curated list because again, we're not listing thousands of properties a day. I'd love to have the problem that I'm like, oh, that's too much now, and we have to, find some extra help or a VA to help me. That's not going to happen tomorrow. So great question. I love doing that with some of you guys. Some of you guys have done that with me, and we've had great success for your broker opens or just doing a blast email to other agents. And then some of you have been really smart and you've saved those lists or asked way in advance. So then over time, it's like we have these lists, and I've actually created a resource library of those lists that we already have in the exit resource center. Let me show you where that is. And then
Amazing.
so
'Cause I
then
would love your contact from your South Loop listing that you sold in a multiple bid situation.
which one? Wink, wink.
Did
All
you
right.
have a South Loop listing on 1600 block, the 16 your 16th or something? 1600 block
Yeah,
of, I
yeah.
can't remember.
So that's I can pull you that list. So it doesn't take me too long, but it's like don't just text me for it. Set up a coaching session because then it's like I send you the list, but it's like I'm also like, so how are you doing a Wise Agent? Because sometimes people are like, oh, I haven't turned my Wise Agent on. I'm like, then why are you asking for the list? So let's make sure. So we
Got
go
it.
through and like
I'll do that.
and a
Okay.
lot of times, or I help you upload it, or we talk about it. It's a good activity, and then sometimes I have tips for you. So yeah, set up a coaching session with me. So which again means you need to know you got something coming up in advance. And if you don't see a time on my calendar, text me and we'll make time because I love that you guys are asking. This has been a great session. I'm actually really happy with this today. But to go look at the list that's already there, click on my office and then scroll down to this is now we're back in the exit resource center. Click on my office and then scroll down to the quick links and you'll see the Project X asset library, which is massive and awful to look at. It's terrible. But within that, we do have a couple places we've already, a couple zip codes we've already put in some of these agent, um, top agent lists. And by the way, here's a real easy button, guys. There's not that many people doing that many deals anymore, period. So we basically have, you can blast out to Cook County all the top agents pretty quickly. So there's literally a list of all the ones that have done stuff, period. But I know some of you guys are like, I want a targeted list by neighborhood. So we do have some of the neighborhoods. I should just update this with what I've got recently. But just guys, get a coaching session scheduled with me and we'll do it together. This is easy stuff. This is fun for me. I love doing
Thank
it.
you, Nick. This is helpful.
Good, good, good. Tracy, you are my last question.
Yeah, but I also have a coaching session on schedule for Friday afternoon already, so we can wait.
Okay. All right. Anybody else somebody else gets my last question then. Natasha, you're already unmuted, I think. Or is she? I just see her pretty face.
I mean, unless you want a question, I'll give it to you. I thought you were trying to save time.
I'm trying to transparently.
And
I
it kind of goes with it. So the last question I have then is when I'm look on LinkedIn and I see you promote listings and they're like this little short video recap, what do I need to do in order to get that going?
that is oh, that's your room view.
What is it?
That's your room view.
Room view. Okay.
Room view. So you may not have your room view integrated with your MLS yet, or it depends on what you're looking for it to do. Room view on the basic plan that I paid for you will post stuff to LinkedIn or what one social media of choice. I recommend it be LinkedIn, basic stuff. But then if you're seeing like, oh wow, he's promoting like his listings and they're
Yeah, it
automated
says,
videos.
and it has
Yeah.
the verbal, the verbal
Oh
message.
yeah. Yeah. So
Take a
that
look
is,
at this 2 bedroom, 2 bath, and it's
yep.
just like a little
That
video snippet.
you're gonna upgrade to the platinum plan. And
Okay.
that will then blast that stuff out all over everywhere. And you've got to then, the only thing is with that, then you've got to set a time with yourself every week to look at the content so you can make sure you like it. Because there's a couple things that have popped out of there that I'm like, that's not what I would have sent. But there's a lot of things that like I'm busy that week and I'm like, thank God it was promoting my listing because I forgot to. So it send me a text and I can connect you directly with Wise Agent. I'm sorry. Oh my gosh. Now I'm doing it. Too many
Room
tools.
view.
Room view. That's bad when I'm doing it. And I had a full night's sleep and a great workout this morning and a pre-workout shake. Come on, man. Room view. God, Sam's gonna kill me if he sees this video. Like, yep, room view. Gave me stock in his company and I'm still messing it up. Great stuff. Platinum plan is expensive, but it is worth its weight in gold if you've got a little money claying around in there. And you want some automation and some really cool. He blew my mind yesterday. I don't even have the MP4 of that webinar. Nicole Wheatley's not on here, but she texted me for the video. Some people at other exit offices texted her for the video. I don't even have it yet. I think they're trying to edit it. But great question to end with. If you need to you want to upgrade your plan from the one that I pay for, which is the basic one, to get some of those cool premium features. It's pricey, but I think it's worth it if you're doing closing deals. If you're not closing enough deals yet, guys, don't worry about it. If you are cool with having your camera on, sometimes I feel like I should just turn it off and do it myself again. Um, Depends on you, depends on your mood, and depends on your bandwidth. Guys, thank you so much for being here. This has been recorded. If you had a question and you were like, well, Nick, I thought you could go all day. I can go all day, but you got to book a one-on-one with me. Have a great balance of your afternoons. I actually have to get ready for a in-person at the Clark Street office. See you guys later. Bye-bye.